if you are an online fitness coach and you are crushing it and getting leads, you're getting your sales, you're starting to get client results, but now it's the workload's getting a little too intense, and the delegation and the delivery and what do we need to do? How do we manage the time has changed, because at one point you only had a handful of clients. Now you got a bunch of them coming in, and you want to make sure you deliver on the promise that you gave them, but you're overwhelmed, and now you feel like you have a job, okay? If that's you, then this video is going to be awesome for you, okay? If you don't know who I am, my name is Giuseppe Malone. I help online fitness coaches build a business that they have control over so that they can live the life that they want without feeling like they have a job. They actually have a business that generates money for them when they are not working in the business, okay? Prior to that, I was the director of sales and ops for Orange Theory Fitness. I scaled Orange Theory locations from 80 to 100K per month. And then I've also helped gym owners take the frameworks and apply and get very similar results. So if you didn't know who I was, that's who I am. If you think I'm worth your time, great. If you are a snowflake, please get off the video. You're not going to like me, probably not going to like you. We're not going to get along. I swear a lot. It is what it is, but it's because I give a shit, okay? So we're going to break this down and understanding how to build a business or how to get clarity behind our business so we can operate it and own it and not feel like we're running all over the place, okay? We have to understand some definitions first. So first thing is, you see this in everyone's fucking bio. CEO and founder, all this CEO and founder shit, okay? We have to understand what the definitions are. So what's the definition of a CEO? Okay, most people have no fucking idea, okay? The definition of a CEO is they are the one, at the end of the day, who's in charge of all the managerial and operational responsibilities, okay? What's happening in the business, the mechanics within the business, okay? They're helping ensuring that all the operations are taken care of, okay? Exception is if you have a COO, okay? If you have a COO, then the CEO is working with the COO. CEO takes on a lot more of that responsibility. CEO may be working on more scale, growth, marketing initiatives. At the end of the day, the CEO is responsible for the managerial and operational responsibilities, okay? So then, if that's what a CEO is, then what's a founder? A founder has ownership, and they take the highest financial risk, but they have the long-term vision, okay? These are two very different titles. Now, the reason why they get commingled a lot is because most of you, pretty much 99% of you, are both the CEO and the founder, okay? I don't think there's an online fitness coach. If you are, really cool, but I don't think there's an online fitness coach here who's got multiple equity partners that, have different C-suite roles, okay? Most of you guys are your own ship with as a CEO and a founder. But you have to understand, founders and CEOs take responsibility of both things within the business, the managerial and the operational stuff, and taking ownership financially and having the vision of where you're going to go. How's the business going to grow in the next 5 to 10 years? What are you doing to make that happen, right? So they go back and forth in terms of how they play off each other, but they're two very different things. As a CEO and founder, get used to being more involved in your business, okay? You have to learn these things. Yes, there's certain things you can outsource and certain things that other people can handle for you, but the ability to learn a lot of these things as a CEO of how your business runs gives you the opportunity to scale and hire people with systems in place, because owners and directors create processes and managers follow them. That's it. But we can't create processes if we don't fucking know what they are, okay? So those are the definitions. Now, with that being an understanding of the definitions, we can now go into the 4 pillars framework, okay? I like visuals. I think visuals really help, okay? This is your fitness coaching business, and then there's these 4 pillars here, okay? These 4 pillars are the pillars that hold your business up. If we don't have these pillars in action, in structure, like without any damage, we're fine. But if they get hurt, if something falls apart, we weaken the business, okay? What are these pillars, okay? The 4 pillars break down to this, okay? The first pillar is that you need to crush your metrics, okay? You need to understand and crush your targets. So if you have a quota for posts, you're crushing that quota. If you have a quota for conversations, you're crushing that quota. If you have a quota of how many sales you're trying to close this month, you're crushing that quota. If you're looking at your MRR and seeing how you can improve its health, you're crushing that quota. You're crushing the metrics that you have set for your business, okay? You're not just hitting them, you're crushing them. You're looking on how to improve and to make it worth it, okay? You need to understand that metrics are an extremely important part of your business because systems are everything. You see everybody fucking marketing talking about it because it's true. You need to have systems in your business, right? But if you don't have the right systems, you're never going to be able to crush your metrics, and having the right systems helps you crush your metrics because then you have a system to track your metrics, okay? So crushing your metrics is the first pillar. Second pillar, you need to stay organized, okay? What does staying organized mean? You have content stored. You have reels that you were making stored in a folder, okay? You have an idea log. This is something that is so underplayed. You have a log of ideas for content, for marketing, for YouTube videos that you constantly fill up, but you know where it is. Don't be the person who thinks of an idea and never writes it down. Have an idea log, okay? The CRM is spotless. Show me your CRM, and I'll show you your future. Because on your CRM, you have people that can be re-engaged that we could probably close right away to get more cash flow, to get more deals. And you know what? Having a clean CRM is going to tell you a couple things. It might tell you that you don't need more leads. You have all the leads there. You just need a better sales system, right? That's what staying organized is. It gives you a little bit of clarity. Not a little bit, sorry, more clarity behind what you're doing, okay? Financials. The number one reason why most businesses fail is the unorganization of their financials. You need to be able to understand where your money is going and where it's being allocated. I love the profit first model. It's a great model. It's so easy. There's a bank called Relay. I have no affiliation or like a affiliate link with them. They give you a bunch of bank accounts. You can follow the profit first model. They make it really easy for you. But you need to have your financials organized, okay? If it's not the profit first model, it's got to be some fucking model, okay? Otherwise, you're never going to know what kind of fucking money you're making or what you're doing, okay? Your delivery tracking. If you're helping clients achieve goals, how are we quantifying it and making sure they're getting in progress? How are you delegating that process? How are you ensuring that they are getting the delivery that they are paying for? We have to track it, right? So how are you tracking that? Are you doing weekly submissions, monthly submissions? Do you even have a system in place for that? Okay. Again, these are the 4 pillars that are going to hold your business. So if you're hearing me say some things and you're like, I don't have any of this shit, start adding it to your business. This is your sign. Okay. Third pillar, motivate yourself and your team. Energy is everything. If you are demotivated, and look, I'm not saying you need to be, happy person every day, okay? I'm not a fucking happy person every day. But if I show up without energy in my content or energy in a sales call or energy for my clients, it's going to shift in a wrong direction. It's going to go against me. So you need to find ways to motivate yourself, right? Energy is everything. So that's your vision board. That's any self-help tapes. If you got any songs, like I like to listen to some really bumping music in the morning just to get my mind going, rocking and rolling, get that good energy out, because the higher frequency that you perform, the better you're going to do in the business, okay? Now, finally, you need to be able to develop yourself and your team, okay? You are only as good as the people around you, and most of you don't have people who you work for. You're your own boss, right? You're the owner. You're the founder, CEO. So hiring a business coach, okay? And there's a lot of shitty ones out there, but hiring one, okay, that actually understands your pains, where you're at, and has fucking proof, okay? They have receipts. You can look them up. You can see what they're about, okay? They can help you go so much faster and show you blind spots. Okay, they're going to show you things that you would have ran into that could have taken you years to figure out, that can be figured out in honestly a month. It's kind of nuts, okay? Business coaches aren't cheap. They're an investment, but they move you faster, okay? Another one would be masterminds. If you can get involved in a mastermind with other online coaches, just getting in the room with people who have that high frequency. It's not necessarily about who's hosting the mastermind as much as it is the community and the people that are going to that mastermind. You will make some really great relationships. Like, I have two amazing friends I talk to on a weekly basis, two totally different businesses, but we share ideas together. And I learn from them on what's working, and they learn from me on what's working and what's not working. So we're constantly developing ourselves and our skills each and every week. But that started off with the mastermind, right? Doing required readings, right? So pick up a book, learn something, man. Read. I used to fucking hate reading. Now I'm addicted to it because of how much information you can get. And then YouTube trainings like this one. Watch these trainings. Take notes. If you're not taking notes of anything I fucking said, it's your loss, bro. I mean, I guess you can rewatch this shit and whatever, but going through the YouTube trainings is going to really help you get an understanding of what's going on. There's a lot of golden content out there that can really help you grow your business, okay? So, in the 4-pillar framework, okay, how do I stay, how do I buy back my time? How do I get things together? How do I delegate? Well, I need to look at these specific things, okay? We need to look at, are we crushing our metrics? Okay, if we're not crushing our metrics or we're not hitting posts, that needs to be something I need to focus on, okay? Is the CRM organized? Do we know where every opportunity is? If not, that's something I need to focus on, right? How am I motivating the team? How am I developing the team? If you have somebody on your team that's responsible for the CRM, maybe you have an appointment setter that is responsible for it, it's still your job to check on it and then just develop your team to be better about keeping it organized. You see how all these kind of just ping-pong to each other a little bit? They all create the foundation that holds your business. I know this seems simple, and I know this seems silly, but you're talking to somebody who is bringing $500,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue each and every month with his studios, and I was focusing on these 4 things. So these are really the pillars that I would stay focused on and really utilizing in your business and implementing and break it down. Because, look, you may have some different things that I do that I have on here. That's fine. It's your business. You do what the fuck you want. But it has to fall in these categories, okay? So that's the 4-pillar framework, 4 pillars framework. If you feel like you got some value out of this, please comment something. Tell me what you got out of it. Tell me if you want more. I want to help more online fitness coaches. I want to get you guys to crush and rock and roll. If you would like more help, you're like, hey, like, this stuff is super valuable, but I don't know how to really implement this into my business currently, DM me 32 on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, my Instagram handle is in the description. And we can see if it makes any sense for us to work together. Because sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you just need a couple things here and there. But if it does, we'll take a look, and I'd be more than happy to see how we can help. All right? I appreciate your time. Have the best rest of the day, night, morning, whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you in the next video.